Good morning, Year 6. It is Tuesday, the 12th of January, and we are ready for our grammar lesson. Okay, so before we get started with understanding the difference between a statement and a command, what can you remember about the different sentence types that there are? Pause the screen now and write down your thoughts, and then we'll discuss some answers. Super. Okay, so there are 4 different types of sentences. Number 1, statements. Statements are sentences which tell you something. They end with a full stop. An example of a statement would be, a rainbow has 7 colours, or they are beautiful to look at. Number 2, questions. Questions are sentences that ask you something, and they usually end with a question mark, and they require an answer normally, unless it's a rhetorical question where you ask them to, the reader or the listener, to kind of answer it in their head rather than out loud. So an example of a question would be, what did you have for dinner? Number 3, a command. They are often urgent or angry and can be short and contain an imperative verb. Commands, imperative verbs, are also known as bossy verbs, and they tell people what to do, like help me, stop it, get out of there. And number 4 is our exclamations. An exclamation is used when someone is surprised. It always starts with how or what and contains a noun and a verb. What big feet you have! Okay, so statements, questions, exclamations, or commands are all sentence structures. They can be used in so many different ways. They can state facts, make observations, ask questions, or even to command other people to do things. To get these different types of sentences, we can sometimes change the word order and choose the correct punctuation, and that can make all the difference. Here, we'll look a little bit more closely at statements and commands. I'm so hungry. This is a statement. It gives information without the need for a response. Get me some food. This is a command. It contains an imperative verb. That is the word at the beginning here. Get. They are generally at the beginning, but can be elsewhere in the sentence. Okay, it's a forceful command, so it ends in an exclamation mark. What I would like you to do now is pause the screen and have a look at the 4 sentences below and tell me whether they are a statement or a command. Okay, fill the bath with water. Fill the bath with water is a no, it's not, it's a command. It's telling you to do something. We have got the imperative verb fill here. Elephants have long trunks. This has given me a bit of information, so it is a statement. When you finish your lunch, put your rubbish in the bin. This is a command. Again, it is telling you to do something. We have got the imperative verb put. It's telling you to put your rubbish in the bin. And finally, the girl was running. That is a statement. It's telling us what the girl was doing. Pause the screen now and have a go at this, and then we'll have a look together. Okay, it says change the question in the table below into a command and write the command in the box. So the question says, could you get my coat? So when we are changing into a command, we have to stop being polite. We're not going to ask them, we're going to tell them. So we would change it to get my coat. Now, in assessments, you would need to make, anyway, really, you would need to make sure that you have got a capital letter to start your sentence. Get my coat. And you can decide whether it is urgent or not. If it's not urgent, you can have a full stop. If it's urgent and you want it now, an exclamation mark. Okay, pause the screen again now and have a go at this question. Let's see how you got on. Draw lines to match the words with their most likely final punctuation. Use each punctuation mark once. Wow! So that's saying that somebody was in awe. In that case, it is an exclamation. What did you eat last night? That is something that I need a response to, so it is a question. Tina looked around the classroom. This is telling me what she was doing. It is a statement. What punctuation can you use to sign off a command to convey a sense of urgency? That is like what we have just discussed, and you would use an exclamation. Good job. Remember, if you have modal verbs in the sentence, it is not a command. If you have the words such as will or should or must, it is not a command because that has a degree of possibility about it and you could refuse to do it. Let's have a look at this one. You should finish your homework by tomorrow. Change this statement to a command. Should you finish your homework by tomorrow? Finish your homework by tomorrow. Is your homework going to be finished by tomorrow? Or you could finish your homework by tomorrow. Okay, so remember, we make it impolite. We take away all the politeness from it and just leave it with the action. So it would be finish your homework by tomorrow. Pause the screen now and have a go at this one. Which of the following is not a command? Let's see how you got on. Close the curtains and turn on the lights. Well, that's asking me to do something. See what films are on at the cinema. That's asking me to do something. Drink your water. Again, that is asking me to do something. You might want to rest now. Okay, this is not a command because it has got a modal verb in it. So that's explaining how I know it has a modal verb in it. Okay, so over to you. I would like you to pause the screen and have a go at these questions here. There is your first set of questions and your second set of questions. Okay, so once you have had a go, you can have a look at the answers now. Myself and Miss Thomason are really looking forward to seeing how you got on with that. Bye for now, Year 6.